Hi guys, it's Paul. So back for another video. So it's been about a week since I've done a video, so hopefully this one will make up for it in some way. You'll probably be able to tell hopefully from the video quality that the quality's been stepped up. I noticed in a couple of the other videos, instead of using my phone, I stopped using them and went to an old GoPro that I had, and even though it shoots in 1080, the picture quality wasn't too great, so I've changed. So hopefully this one will be a lot better. So the purpose of this video is to show the Era Vectis. Now some of you may be aware of this this lock. They're not extremely common, although it's not white. This is UPVC, so it might not be, I don't know how it will come up on video, but obviously this is a section of a UPVC door. So it's got a Era Vectis with a set of handles that you'd expect to find. Now the problem with Vectises is they use a Mortice lock instead of, well, I say Mortice lock, they use a Mortice key element to open them as opposed to using a Euro profile. So if we look at this gearbox here, okay, if I take the keys out, as you can see you have the Mortice profile down the bottom of the curtain instead of a Euro profile. Now they work exactly the same as an Era. It's the same gearbox, just other than this part is changed. So it uses a Mortice key element to lock and unlock as you would on a traditional wooden door. So this is already locked, okay, and in the kit with the GJ kit, for your multi-pick you get a new tip that has been specially designed and made for the Era Vectis. Instead of having a removable collar, it now has a shoulder that sits against the curtain, which when you're doing it right hand throw ensures that the picking tip doesn't get in the way of you getting onto lever number 1. And then also it keeps it out of the way when you're doing it left hand throw. You know, not that left hand throw is typically a problem, it's usually right that's going to give you any grief. Also in the kit you get 2 additional wires. You get a left hand and you get a right hand. Now what I have found is you can pick these with a normal curtain pick, but they can be a bit troublesome, ensuring that because you can't remove the handles on the external side if they've been fitted correctly, trying to get a tool through there and your wire, pick it, and to get the wire to fully rotate is problematic, because the typical wire on a curtain pick, even a short one, sometimes will get stuck on the heel of the levers and won't allow you to rotate, and then you can't back turn either, and you can end up messing a wire up. So these wires have been made to compensate that. So let's get on with it. We're going to mount our picking tip into the tensioning body. Then we're going to get our we'll do left hand. Get our left hand wire. Using the flat spot on the wire, we're going to line that up with a grub screw. Pinch that down, and what that does ensures that the picking cam tip is pointing in the same way as the picking tip of the wire, so you always know where the tip of the wire is. Now there would be a keyway excursion here, but for one reason or another it's missing, but it's not going to affect the picking. Okay, so we're going to go in, okay, apply tension. Now we're not going to use incredible amounts of tension, we just need enough to put a bit of tensioning pressure onto the bolt to start pulling back into the levers, so the stump's pressing into the levers, and because the levers are not got anti-picks in them, it makes picking a bit easier, but it still leaves you room for putting into overlifting levers. Okay, now the levers in these are considerably smaller than they are on a traditional Mortice lock. Okay, you're probably looking at about a quarter of the size, or 1/3. So the amount of lift required to open them isn't as much as you'll find on a traditional lock. So you will need to be mindful and careful when you're picking. Okay, so you'll see that from me lifting the levers, I'm just literally tapping underneath of them. I'm not trying to go too heavy too quick, because all I will do is just overset the levers and get nowhere. And it's gone. Okay, so I'm going to bring this round. I think what I've done is I've got too far into the, that's it, into the back. Okay, now we can bring that round, bring our wire out, bring our tensioning handle out. Okay, that's now open. So if we swap the wire over and we mount in our right hand again, put in the flat spot in place, nipping that up. Again, the picking tip is pointing in the same direction as the top of the cam. I'm just going to move this out of shot for a second. Let's bring this up and rotate that round. Okay, lock that in place. We go in, oh, we need to look at the keys. Okay, so that's now locked. Okay, so we put our picking tip in. What it is because the gearbox isn't mounted in properly. When I lifted the handle up, it just moved it slightly. But when it's in a door, you won't have that problem. Okay, so I'm going to go in, apply some tension, and then as we did with it left hand, we're now going to tackle it right hand. Now, this is ideal. Curtain picking is ideal for when you're going to a property and you're doing a one opening. You don't need to necessarily relock it back up. So this is ideal in a situation where someone's lost the keys and you just need to get in, or there's an issue. So we've just opened that. So let's bring that wire around. Bring that there. Okay. And show the key still working. So yeah, so this is more ideal for the situation where it's a void property, vacant property that needs opening, or if there's an issue with someone's front door. You know, it could be they snipped the front door. It's a bit of a pain to get through the door, so you can go to the back door and you can just open it, because you might find it quicker than doing it with a decoder. But definitely when you're doing warrants, it's probably not the best way to open the door, because of obviously wanting to relock it, and trying to curtain pick one of these in the locking position is pretty hard, and sometimes not even doable. So you would have to strip it all down, remove the gearbox, open the gearbox, get your lever height, build a key or make a key to relock it, which is all time, where this is ideal for the opening side, and then obviously if you do need to relock it for whatever reason, then the decoder. But I'd say to have both these in your arsenal, because I mean, me personally, I like to have more than one way to open locks. You know, because if I couldn't decode it for whatever reason, I was having trouble, at least then I know I can curtain pick it open and then deal with it once we're in. But hopefully that's helped, guys. Cheers.